Hostess, and this here may be tough to you. Snack cake to me, yeah, more hostess. This been overdue forever. Asked me when it was dropping, said never. Should've made you cut the feather, but I designed it Freemason Margiela.
Now if that game just wasn't the rootinest, tootinest, gunslingingest, sloppiest game you done seen on this side of the Mississippi, then I don't think you ever been on this side of the Mississippi, you know? Look, what's good, Shellitronnn here, the most woke, no joking, I'm back again with a brand new video, and I'm gonna keep it a Bowberry Biscuit. That game got really disgusting real quickly. I was actually very worried for a second there. Now, you might be thinking to yourself, oh ye of little faith, but let me tell you this. If you're telling me that you actually believed in that kick before it was kicked, and you had 100% no doubt in your mind, 0% doubt in your mind it was going in, I'm going to tell you I believe you, but in the back of my head, you know what I'm thinking about you. Anyway, we're getting way ahead of ourselves here. Look, the game between the Panthers and the Giants turned out way differently than I think anyone watching that game would have ever imagined it. Either you were a Panthers fan and you thought it was going to be a blowout because we're going against the 1-3 Giants who haven't showed any kind of explosiveness at all this whole season. Or you're a Giants fan praying for the best, praying for Eli to do something, praying for OBJ to do something, praying that Saquon can use his quads to do something in this game. And you're like, man, it might not go our way. It's either going to be a blowout or we're going to win. And none of those things happen. The final score, whew. Giants 31, Panthers 33, last second field goal from Gano, 63 yards. Wasn't his previous long like 54? But let me tell the story from the beginning because I hate doing flashbacks and jumping around. Now, like every game of the preseason for the Panthers, before even the very first kickoff was kicked in this game, there was already a story. Eric Reed, the safety you guys know that we picked up just this past week, who we know who Eric Reed is. Look, he knelt for the anthem again today, and there are fans that I saw who felt one way about it, another way about it. He was being put on a pitch count, basically, so we weren't going to see him out there for a lot. They kind of shuffled him and Rashawn Golden out there. I think he played pretty well, and I think that, honestly, I'm not going to get into, like, you know, the whole political thing here, but honestly, if Eric Reed plays well in this game, then there's no reason to dislike the man at all. I mean, I want to win a game. I want to win all these games, honestly, and if he's what we need on this team to win a game, then that's cool. I've seen people call him a distraction. I don't think he's been a distraction. I think that our owner's been cool with him. Our quarterback's cool with him. The team's cool with him. I think if he was actually a distraction, we would have heard about it by now. And I don't see anybody really talking about him being a distraction. I even watched Cam Newton's post-game conference. When he was asked about it, he seemed pretty cool with it. So if he's a distraction to anyone, it's to fans who already didn't like him in the first place. That's the last time I'll bring it up. But just know that if you think he's a distraction, he's only a distraction in your mind and not in the minds of anyone wearing Panthers blue or black. So, first off, early on in this game, it was looking like we were going to do a lot of good work here. The very first play was negative yards to Saquon. Then, you know, OBJ got a highlight play, another one-hand catch. But that wasn't really a highlight play. That was him bailing out Eli Manning, which, I mean, both can be true. OBJ gets a lot of opportunities to make himself look good because Eli Manning looks so bad. But that was only in the beginning because later on in the game, Eli started throwing crazy out of his mind. We'll get to that in a second. Honestly, the Giants' offense didn't have anything at all, and our defense was getting a really good push. Saquon couldn't find a single hole. This man was bottled up. We had him in a brown paper bag. We had this man in a Snuggie. He could not get any kind of yards inside, outside. He shook Rashawn Golden once. He gave Rashawn Golden a little look and then a hop step to the outside. Tried it again a few plays later. Rashawn Golden said, you can fool me once. Fool me twice, you can't get fooled again. And he got on that next one. So I like that a lot from Rashawn Golden. He learns very quickly. And we really did stuff Saquon today. I mean, he had a couple kind of long runs. Maybe really just one long run. But we held him to, what was it, 57 yards on the ground, I think it was. 48 yards on the ground on 15 carries. Not too much better on our side of the ball with Christian McCaffrey. I think he had 17 carries for 58 yards. Neither one had a touchdown. And it just really wasn't a great day for a rushing offense in general. Cam had 8 carries for like 29 yards. It just wasn't all that great for us. But as a whole, it looked like both teams are really struggling. honestly, as a whole, it looked like both teams were trying to lose the game at different points in time. Like, it was like both teams were trying to win as bad as they could, and then both defenses were trying to lose as bad as they could. Like, it was a really strange thing. Both quarterbacks had 2 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. Eli went 22 for 36 for 326, and Cam went 21 for 37 with 237. But either way, it just looked really, really sloppy at there at times. And it wasn't like it was consistently sloppy. We'd have one drive where we see either Cam or Eli throw some really ridiculous passes into tight spots and make some really good throws and really keep their offense moving pretty steadily. And then we'd see drives sprinkled in where literally nothing could work. It was a really, really sad day for the offenses. And the worst part about the passing game was there was no pass rush at all today. 1 sack each for both sides. And when you see that, you think the pass game will be actually doing pretty well. Since there was no rush game, there was no pass rush coming in, no one's getting sacked or really hurried all that much. But still only 2 touchdowns and 2 interceptions for both guys. It was basically kind of just bad reads all around. The whole game was really a weird tug of war between I want it more and no, I want it less. It was like both teams wanted to win really bad and lose really bad. It was very confusing to watch at times. We saw some crazy play calling from North Turner, things we would never have seen in the last 4 or 5 years. I'm talking about passes on first down out of turnovers, talking about passing 2-3 times in a row, play action passes, some really cool reverses and some trick plays here and there. And not only did we see some fresh, impressive play calling, we saw some fresh, impressive playmakers. Jarius Wright was extremely clutch in this game. Only 3 catches, I think, 28 yards or so. But he came up at the biggest moments. We saw a guy that I thought, I had a video, I said, will Curtis Samuel be a big piece in this game? And I think he's been worth the wait. I think Curtis Samuel's been worth the wait. This man broke, 4 tackles to get a diving touchdown? I had no idea this man was that strong. I knew he was fast. I knew he had hands. But I didn't know that he was actually that strong. I know he played a little bit of running back in college. But this dude was breaking tackles left and right. And it was really strange because I was thinking to myself, is the Giants' defense this bad? Or are we this good? Turns out, it was kind of both at times. And I won't even lie, that question worked for both teams at times. It was ridiculous. But yeah, Curtis Samuel, Jarius Wright really showed up for us today. Christian McCaffrey couldn't really get it going on the run, but he had some really good catches as well. Can put some balls in some really tight spots. And when you get a catch out of it, it looks really cool. But the thing about that is it also runs the risk of injuries and interceptions. And I thought we lost Devin Funchess for the season. When I saw him get that hit and the way he just fell and slumped to the ground, I thought he was going to be in protocol. He ended up not having to go to concussion protocol, but I was actually really worried about him. And I was thinking to myself, man, Cam, it's cool that you can throw it so hard and into those tight windows, but you're going to get someone hurt or, damage the team like that somehow because it's just a really, really risky time when you do that kind of thing, and I don't want to see anybody get injured on the squad. But Cam's a rambling, gambling kind of guy, and that's kind of what makes him special, so you have to kind of go with him. That also goes for that one play where he rushed for a first down and got a fumble, and on that really confusing call about if your foot's out of bounds, you have to reestablish that you're inbounds. I don't know if his foot was out of bounds and it came back in, and then he got the ball on the recovery, or if he was still touching out of bounds when he had the ball in his hand for the Giants player. All I know is that call came in our favor. The other call that came in our favor, which I have to say it really shouldn't have, was the helmet-to-helmet hit, I think in the third quarter, middle of the third quarter. That should never have gone our way. Dude was going for the ball. I forgot who he hit, but he had no intentions. He was totally not even looking at him at all, trying to hit him in the head. That should not have been a call. There have been a lot more questionable helmet-to-helmet calls this season, and they chose to call that one. I appreciate the look, but the refs have to be a little bit more consistent, a little bit more clear about what these rules are exactly and what constitutes going helmet to helmet. I feel for you Giants fans that I like being fair. I know it went in our favor, but if that call had gone against us in that same kind of manner, I'd have something to say about it. The Giants live and die by OBJ. I mean, if it's not OBJ getting a catch, if it's not OBJ throwing a touchdown to Saquon Barkley across the field, this man's on the left side of the field, and isn't OBJ left-handed? I felt like I saw him throw with his right hand. But I don't know why it's in my head that OBJ is actually left-handed. And he threw that across his body from the left side of the field to the right sideline. I'm not going to front. That had me shook. I saw him call that play. I said, hold up, Dave Gettleman. You want to win this game bad, huh? Going for it on 4th downs. These guys are going for the gusto every single time, every single rip. I'm thinking, wait, who is these people? Then I have to remember that this game was literally their season. They're 1-3, and you do not go to the playoffs starting off 1-4. There's only 11 more games left for these guys in New York, and you just have to win out if you start off 1-4. That's not going to happen. But I was actually very impressed with OBJ and honestly, Eli Manning. Eli Manning did impress, but OBJ wasn't the only player I was actually very impressed with. Remember that video I did a couple weeks ago where I said I don't like saying I told you so? Well, I lied. Because who was the guy who recovered that muff punt return fumble in the end zone for us for a touchdown? Oh yeah, Colin Jones. The guy a lot of you guys were in my comments saying we should cut. You guys are calling him trash. You guys are saying a lot of things about him, saying he deserved to be in the NFL when he's actually a captain on our football team. This man's a third stringer who's really a special teams guy who got us 6 points today. So that was a pretty quick turnaround for Colin Jones. I hope your opinion changed on him. He has awareness. He is really special in the area that he's actually needed in, and that's in special teams. Like I said, you live and die by OBJ, and that was them dying by OBJ. But overall, this game was really just a long, hard struggle. I have no clue how we gave up a touchdown with only a minute left. I have no clue how we got tricked into that 2-point conversion. It's not even Evan Ingram out there catching it on us. I have no idea how poorly we managed our time on that final drive, that clutch drive for Cam Newton and the Panthers to get within field goal range. And I have no idea why we ran that inside zone play for Christian McCaffrey with what, like 30 seconds left? That was very confusing to me. But what I do have an idea on is just how clutch Graham Gano is. And it's very fitting that in the week that we actually introduce our special teams before the game, that's the game where Graham Gano says, you know what, coach? I think I'm going to go off. I think I'm going to set a record, if you don't mind, if I can just do this for you right now. Can I win this game for you right now? Kicks a 63-yard field goal, time expiring. Hit from Curry range. This man, Steph Curry, is from Charlotte. You guys know that, right? This man called up Steph Curry last night and said, hey, Steph, you know how you do that step back from 80 feet beyond the line? Steph's like, yeah, bro, what you need? Why? He said, I think I'm going to go ahead and kick a field goal from 70 yards out. Steph said, whoa, Graham, step in a little. Give yourself 5, 6 more yards, 7 more yards. Graham said, okay, Steph, I got you, man. How about 63? Steph approved. This man killed the Giants. I was thinking to myself, if I had to shoot this video as a loss to the Giants, I don't know what I was going to say. I would have said something reckless. I would have been tweeting something reckless. I didn't have to. And I'm really lucky that I didn't, because I would have said some things that I really would have regretted, and I would have said some things that would have probably... Anyway, point is, I'm glad we won the game. What are your thoughts on this game? I know you guys have a lot of thoughts on this game. Let me know in the comments below, and you already know to do with that like button.
Cheers to you, appreciate the chance. Being told y'all I been the man. Being told y'all I had the gift. Tell a friend, real ones gonna recommend. Count this as another win.